You was asking me how to manage an artist. Everybody's not meant to be a rapper. You know, it takes some realization and honesty to really know that. You know, some people aren't meant to be in front of the camera. Some people are better behind the camera. Like me, I'm better behind the camera in the sense of I didn't want to be the subject. You know what I'm saying? And I had a position and a role to play. You know, so like for instance, if you got a friend that's, you know, he wants to be an artist and express himself as an artist, and he's good at what he does, and he works hard. You know, you might want to pick the role of like trying to figure out how to get them organized and how to market them, or, you know, develop a style and aesthetic for that. You know, so like somebody got to play that role. You know, not everybody's meant to do everything. You know, but if you are, you don't box yourself in neither. You know, because I'm learning more about that neither. I'm learning more about that myself, you feel me? Not to just box yourself in and say you're just this or just that. But definitely hone in on what your craft is and get good at it.
If somebody's like, you know what, I am the manager.
Yeah.
What kind of things do you think that they need to help the artist with to get it going?
I think they should go and get, you know, get the ASCAP set up. I think they should go or the ASCAP or BMI, whatever society you tend to choose. Get all your streaming stuff taken care of, you know, like figuring out what service you want to use to go to DSPs, which one is best in your best benefit, you know. Digital streaming platforms, so like if you're on iTunes or Amazon or Tidal or whatever it is, you know, you can use different things like, you know, like a CD Baby or a TuneCore or DistroKid or whatever. Like those stuff you're doing it independently. You know what I'm saying? Like getting your stuff situated like that, you know? Because if you're not doing it independently, then you're gonna go the major route, and then you gotta know what you're doing as far as that. You know, if a situation does happen, you know, make sure you have a lawyer, make sure you don't sign on without knowing what you're signing. A lot of people tend to get caught up in these deals and not be able to create and do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever booked a show for an artist?
Yeah, I booked a bunch of shows. I remember, how do you do that? Shit, you better go into your Rolodex and really see who you know and see what things you like. Like some of the things that I like to do is just technique, you know, figure out who's running the show, you know, like figure out who's putting the show together, you know. Like either if that's in person, you know, going to the DJ, see who's paying the DJ, figuring out who's throwing the show, who's organizing things, who's the talent buyer, you know, what different companies are putting together these festivals and stuff like that, reach out to them. You know, they're gonna, what sucks is they're gonna check on how many followers you got and shit like that, and, you know, they're gonna see what your resume are like. You know, it's best that you have like a performance video or like a reel, you know, or like you know, so you can show them that you're bringing that energy. You know, when I worked with Dash, it was good to show them his past performances and things that he's done, you know, to kind of get it there. You know, a lot of that happened too, because a lot of people was telling us no, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'll throw my own party. You know, we throw our own parties and stuff, and then I record that, and I can show that off. Like, I know you're gonna bring out at least 50 people, because I know 25 people from our neighborhood gonna come. I know 25 strangers I done met over the past month hitting me up to see what's going on, so I'm inviting them to the party. You know, come cop a ticket. You know, come support. The fact is, it's really on your approach and like how you come about doing things. You know, don't come off too eager. Come off hungry, not thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Be hungry, not thirsty. Because it's really the interaction that you make with somebody that's gonna be impressionable. Your first interaction with somebody, you know, but also be persistent at the same time. You know, there's a lot of people that I didn't want to hit up, you know, like, because I felt like I might have been bugging them, but I knew that because we was cordial enough for me to be like, yo, I'm just following up to see, you know, what's up with the status on this. You know, it's the way you go about doing things. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. You know, so I feel like if you keep that kind of goes a long way with motherfuckers. You know, especially with this, because they might just feel like you just a bug or you a pest or some shit. And it's like, nah, it's actually a cool motherfucker. Let me see what he's talking about. You know, and you have a good rapport with somebody, then, you know what I mean, they might give you an opportunity to go ahead and do some shit. You know, so make sure you have that cool shit going on with that. That'll take you a long way. It was cool, because I remember who didn't answer my calls, motherfucker. You know, I know who asked for favors and who don't ask for favors, and it's cool. don't keep score, but I remember. You know, I ain't petty. I ain't gonna keep score like, yo, you did. I done did 4 favors for you on the 5th one. You was like, all right, cool, it's good. Like, don't trip. You know, so I just play cool on that hand too. You feel me? There's no right or wrong way to do it. I mean, there is, but it's not like a set thing. You know, I feel like you should surround yourself with the right people or be the people you want to surround yourself with. You know, like don't be afraid to ask questions or go ahead and look it up and do research on your own. You know, make sure you have a solid team around you. You know, people handling your business. You know, people, you know, help developing your whole like creative aspect and shit like that. Or really, if you're an artist, knowing what you want. And if you're a manager, knowing what you want for your artist. You know, and making sure you have them clear conversations to really paint that picture. You know, I'm still trying new things. I'm still learning myself. You know, because I always find new characters and new artists and new people. And, you know, they don't have no following, but they're really talented. You know, I think it'd be good to do like some, you know, like kind of like cross marketing by like kind of doing songs with other people organically and not being a creep about the shit or a weirdo about it, but you know, trying to create them situations and to kind of, you know, put yourself to kind of get to the next level, or really just put in enough work and honing on your craft where people will start coming to you. You know, like really putting in the footwork for it. You know, like there's no shows right now, so it's kind of hard. But we have an internet. You know, so figuring out new ways to kind of be like visually appealing. You know, or you know, different tactics. Well, you're not being a clown. You know, I think a lot of people want to be spectacles and do shit to jump out the window, which is kind of de-appreciates the artistry. You know, so it's like you kind of gotta do a dance and tell a joke for people to kind of fucking jump on a bandwagon, which is whack, which I don't fuck with. You know, but it's just like really letting the artistry speak for itself and like building that shit, and they're gonna come. You know, if you do that shit the right way, like organically and like really build it from the ground up, people will appreciate it. You know, whether it's 5 people or 50 people or 500 people or 5,000 or 50,000 people, you gotta treat that shit the same. Get it right. Don't waste your time, man. You know, get it right. You know, figure out how you can invest in yourself. You know, there's different tactics on how you can, you know, get in them algorithms and, you know, market yourself the right way if you got quality work. You know, if you don't got quality work, you might want to invest in that. You know, getting around somebody that looks good on the photography or the video side, you know, getting your sound crispy and all that shit. You know, so focus on that. Invest in yourself, you know, and utilize your resources. Your network is your network, you know what I'm saying? So people you know and how you maneuver within that is how valuable you'll make yourself, I believe.